So check it out. Here we go. Let me give you a metaphor for this situation. Let's imagine you live in Florida. I know not all of you do, but let's imagine you live in Florida and you have never been to the beach. You've never been to the beach ever, okay? And your friends are like, dude, what's wrong with you? Why have you never been to the beach? What's up with this? You live like, at most, like an hour away from the beach in any direction, okay? Maybe an hour and a half, I don't know. So we're going to take you to the beach. So your friends, they load you up in the car, they take you to the beach. You've never been to the beach, you've never seen a picture of the beach, you don't even know anything about the beach. You're like, I wonder what a beach is. And so your friends are driving you to the beach and they're like, this guy, okay. And they drive you to the beach, right? They're driving you to the beach, and you're not going to be a jerk. You're not going to drive your car onto the beach. So your friends park in the parking lot, okay? And when they park in the parking lot, you get out. When you look down in the parking lot, what's going to be scattered throughout that parking lot? Because that parking lot is right next to the beach, what's going to be scattered all over that parking lot? What kind of stuff? Yeah, you're going to find a lot of sand in that parking lot, right? You're going to find a lot of sand in that parking lot. So as soon as your friends park and you open the door, you look down and you're like, whoa, what is this? Because remember, you're crazy here. You've never seen a beach. You don't even know what sand is. And you're like, whoa. And your friends are like, just wait. Also, put that down. Don't touch the sand in the parking lot. People have peed in that. That's gross. And you're like, no, look at this. I have a new discovery. Sand. I'm going to call this sand Pluto. And so your friends are like, whatever. And they drag you over to the beach and you're just like, whoa, okay. And you get to the beach and you're like, but this is still the best sand. Oh, no, my sand is the best sand. This is the only sand that matters. Because what are you going to see on the beach? You're going to see bajillions of other particles of sand. There's sand everywhere. There's millions of pieces of sand. But that's Pluto. That's the Pluto situation, right? That's the Pluto situation. It's you still liking your handful of parking lot sand. Even though we now know that there's way more of them. And they're not unique. Oh no. And what would happen? What if your friend came by and was just like, oh no, and then just knocked all your sand out of your hand? All that sand would join the sand of the beach, right? Would you be able to find your sand in that situation? Would you be able to find your sand if the wind took it on the beach? No. Your sand's now lost forever. That's how similar Pluto is to the other things in the Kuiper Belt, right? In fact, if for some reason there was like a major world disaster and we lost, like, all of our libraries burned down and we lost all of the internet and everything, like we lost all the records of Pluto, if we lost all the records of Pluto, it would be nearly impossible for us to figure out which one of the things in the Kuiper Belt was Pluto. Like, if we truly lost all the records, it would be almost impossible to find it again. That's how similar those things are, okay? We would still be able to find Jupiter again, because there's no more Jupiter-like things. We'd still be able to find Mercury again, because there's no other Mercury-like things in this orbit. But there's so many Pluto-like things in this orbit that are similar to each other, we just can't consider them each to be planets, okay? That said, in order to appease the people who are still mad about Pluto, there is a term that we use for asteroids and Kuiper Belt objects that are big enough to be round. Does anybody know what that term is? So asteroids and Kuiper Belt objects that are big enough to be round are called dwarf planets. They're not planets, but we'll sometimes call them dwarf planets, and there's thousands and thousands of them. Oh, and by the way, if you still wanted Pluto to be a planet, okay, if you still wanted Pluto to be a planet, what else would have to be planets? What else would have to be planets? Well, definitely all of the ones that are big enough to be round in the Kuiper Belt would have to be planets. But what else would have to be planets if you're going to make all these round things in the Kuiper Belt planets? What else would have to be planets? We're kind of winding down here. I'll go ahead and give it to you. All the round things in the asteroid belt would have to be planets. Oh, there you go. You did get it. All of the asteroids in all of the round asteroids would have to be planets too. So we basically have two options. We would have to have either 8 planets and a bunch of junk, or we have literally thousands and thousands of planets. And that's going to be way harder for like little kids to learn in school, right? Now, why do I specifically call it trash? Well, when we learn about the history of the solar system, we're going to see that the Kuiper Belt and the asteroid belt and the Oort cloud are essentially the leftover bits from the formation of the planets. These are like the leftover bits. Like if you're creating something out of clay, you know how sometimes you'll like if you make a pot out of clay, you'll have a bunch of little bits left over. That's the Kuiper Belt and the asteroid belt. There are leftover bits that you would throw away if you were making something out of clay. That's why I call them trash, because they're just the bits. Okay.